There's been too much wrestling this past week. Tim, I can't do it anymore. I can't handle it.
Just roll the music.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we are going over NXT New York. We're gonna be talking about some news. Over the next couple of weeks we're gonna finish off G1 Supercard and WrestleMania. But right now, Tim, I have to say, because I can declare this.
No, you can't.
I have retained the championship through the entire weekend. I am still your predictions champion. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the best.
No, you haven't. Until you've proven otherwise that my prediction of Okada was not actually Okada, I can do that, and I will prove it when I just haven't got a chance to listen to it.
On the official predictions paperwork, you have chosen Jay White, and therefore you do not get to get out of a technicality at this time.
You forgot to write down my prediction, and I saw Jay White. I'm like, oh yeah, I did Jay White, right? No, I remember saying Okada because the rumor said Okada was going to probably walk out champion. And I'm going to prove it by a recording, and when I find it, I'm going to be the true predictions champion.
I'm sorry, that's not going to happen.
Yes,
anyway,
it is.
Let's get right into the news of the week. Big one right away. Bret Hart was attacked at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Who does that? Right away. Who does that? It's at the Hall of Fame of all things.
An asshole.
Well, exactly. I want to thank all of the wrestlers that jumped immediately to the aid of Bret and to secure an unruly attendee. Scott Dawson, you did. That was brilliant. I do have to say though, Tyson Kidd, I don't know, if his injury is one of those that, he can do this type of thing and not really worry about it. But seriously, Kid, you're not even supposed to be in the ring. I worry about you. I don't want you getting hurt any further.
I just think his injuries are he's not cleared to wrestle anymore. Doesn't mean he can't take someone down.
And somebody needed to get taken down. Did you see this guy's booking? I don't even know his name. I don't want to know his name. Instead, he will be known as Unruly Attendee. Did you see his? Yeah.
I saw the photo of his
hole.
Yeah. I just found it funny that it was Ronda's husband who was the first one in the ring. I mean, It makes sense because he was literally right in front of the ring where there was no rope, so he could literally just run up into him.
Right.
But I haven't seen it, but everyone says he shot out of his chair and yanked him off of Bret. Before 7 other people were in the ring. New Day was in the ring seconds later. Drew McIntyre was in the ring. Dawkins was in the ring. It was all these people just pulling him to get him out and taking some shots on the guy.
Well, look. The rules are you don't go over the barricade. You don't try to attack the wrestlers. Because if you do, whoever can get their hands on you is going to take a shot at you.
And you're let's put it this way: if you jump the barricade, you better hope security's the one that gets you.
Right. They're less likely to take a shot at you.
They'll get rough with you. They'll rough you. It's the wrestlers who are gonna try to knock the fuck out of you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So, this was just hilarious. But I mean, sadly, the guy who he's an asshole for doing this, especially during the Hall of Fame and during his speech.
Exactly.
But there's a little bit more that most people don't realize.
Oh, what else?
This guy is more than just an asshole. This guy's an overall despicable human being. Because throughout the week, apparently he has sent messages to Triple H and Vince McMahon on Twitter, threats or just polite comments about how the women should not be in the main event and be in the back where they belong.
Oh, so he's a misogynistic asshole.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like from the, I don't want to say, I think they said, Russell Talk said he's from Nebraska, but I can't be for sure. But yeah, no. You're
not a good human being in any way. So you deserve everything, every shot that has been taken on you, and I hope that you actually face some sort of jail time for this.
Yeah, especially the one that knocked him out.
Yeah.
If those who don't know, some of the wrestlers were taking some shots at him when they were pulling him out of the ring. Dawkins, I believe it was it, who basically hit him on the side of the head, and the guy collapsed to his knees.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got knocked out.
Yeah, so one thing that people, because this is what happened when this attack happened. The network went black for those people who were watching at home. Then all this happened, and they got him out of the ring. I can't remember who it was for sure who actually got on a mic and asked people in the audience not to acknowledge what happened, just to let Brett continue with his speech before they went back live, and they did just what they were asked, which just makes sense because there's people who go to the Hall of Fame. They're there to honor the Hall of those people. They respect those people going in there. So it's one of those things where it sucks that this happened. But at the same time, the wrestlers responded quickly, faster than security.
Yes.
If you wonder if the people who were doing security are going to have a job next time they come to New York.
Well, I mean, the guy definitely found the gap in security to be able to make his move.
Yeah.
So
and it also didn't help.
by the time, and typically also, the audience is facing the stage. Security is typically facing away from the stage. Not to justify anything they did, but they're facing away, so by the time they're able to turn around, somebody's already reacting to what's happening.
But also this year they had it in the ring instead of on the stage, which they normally do. So that may change how they go about doing this going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I first saw that they were doing it in the ring, I thought that was kind of cool. It was a different setup, but it just kind of, to me, it takes away from them being on the stage, like having it all set up there, So hopefully maybe they'll go back to that element. It does mean that they have to have a different location for the Hall of Fame ceremony, but maybe a smaller venue. I mean, I don't know if the Hall of Fame ceremony is. First of all, you do have to buy tickets for it, right? Yeah, but because most people who go to WrestleMania, they have packages you can get.
Right.
Like they're out there, and like you get the packages. No matter where your seat is, Hall of Fame tickets could be part of the package, depending on the package. NXT tickets could be part of the package as well.
Wow.
But when you start getting those are gonna be higher priced packages because you're guaranteed like these things. Where you can just buy your WrestleMania ticket, you could buy and then buy your flight separately. Um, I don't know. Haven't really looked into WrestleMania tickets in a very long time, but there's
Oh,
different ways you
okay.
can go about it. It's kind of like Disney has some packages, hotel, all that rolled into your whole stay, and it's like this much
Got it.
money. Where WrestleMania is your ticket, depending on where your tickets are in WrestleMania, you could be showing out a 4-day trip to Disney World that for just really good seats at WrestleMania for a night.
Yeah, I know. I know. But also at the Hall of Fame, well, DX was put into the Hall of Fame, and everyone got a little. There was an internet buzz because of something Triple H did, saying that.
Not just Triple H.
Okay.
It was a running joke.
The Pissant Company that Billy Gunn Billy Gunn has gone off to work for.
All right, so that's because I actually watched the Hall of Fame because other news before I cover that. Just one more thing about the Bret Hart segment.
Oh, okay. What?
Someone was going to lose their job because of it, not because they got the attack, but because there's a rule when it comes to Hall of Fame speeches. You do not mention Vince McMahon. You do not thank Vince McMahon.
Why not?
Hates that. Why not? Because he hates it. It's Vince McMahon. Just like why he's...
You know what?
No.
If I was going into the Hall of Fame and I'm giving my speech, I would start my speech right away. Be like, I know that this didn't get cleared, but thank you, Vince McMahon. Thank you so much. And then read my speech. And they're like, he did it.
And like, but so, because Bret actually tells a story about Vince McMahon in his speech, the producer of that got pissed Vince off, and during the broadcast of the Hall of Fame, it was decided that this guy, the producer, was going to get fired. It got back to the producer, so he just quit. So he, because of that. But
okay.
Well, and here's the thing, like DX. They then come out and do this whole Vince McMahon angle as part of their speech about Triple H saying there's some rules we have to follow. And the first one is you don't mention Vince McMahon. Why can't we say Vince? Can we say McMahon? How about Kennedy? Vince? Can we just say Vince? And it's just kind of... if you saw the package from WrestleMania when they talked about the Hall of Fame before they came out, they cut that part really, really well. It's like, you can't say Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon. Vince. It's like it's not like that overall, but they do say it really quickly in a short amount of time. It's absolutely hysterical. Because of that, I wanted to see the speech because I don't care about the Hall of Fame speeches. They're generally boring. They go way too long. I'm looking at you, Sean Waltman. But
you know what? Maybe he's a little long-winded. Okay, just like you.
So one of the things that a part of that skit was like, if we say it one more time, like Vince is going to authorize me to hire you all just so he can then fire you. And Billy comes up and goes like, "You can't fire me," and it was like, ha 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 ha. And then Triple H turns to him like, yeah, Vince will just buy that piss ass company just so he can fire you again. And there's another joke when Billy Gunn does after he does his speech and he starts doing the squirt gun joke. He's like, "Whoa, watch me, you're swinging that thing." And he's pumping it up and he pushes it and it just dribbles out the top. Triple H comes over and says, "Well, at our age, that just happens. It's okay." Which got a huge laugh. He's just like, I mean, no matter how much you pump it up, sometimes it just dribbles out of the tip. And then Sean comes out and says like, "But we appreciate you being here, Billy. And be all in."
It was.
They did make jokes on because there's another one that you didn't even pick up on. I didn't even pick up on it at all. Sorry. Was Triple H open saying like, "Yeah, when you put an executive in front of your name, you get more arrogant."
Oh yeah, no, executive vice president. You know, you end up having more. You end up having um, more of a title than you actually have.
No, it was like more like you get more arrogant or something like that. It's like,
Yeah,
but the jokes were in good jest. They weren't like a clearly like, oh no, we hate AEW. It's a there because actually it broke out under Jim Ross that Vince McMahon actually is supportive of AEW and actually was supportive of Jim Ross going to AEW. Um, I think as much as Vince knows and is aware of them, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want his people to leave. I think he also notices that it's a good thing for the business because it pushes. He loves competition.
right.
Um, because everyone says how bad WWE working for it can be at times being your job because there's so much. They purposely strive to put you against someone. So it's one of those things where it's like, but it's not that he hates competition. He hated WCW because they were actively trying to put him out of business.
Right. It wasn't like AEW isn't trying to put WWE out of business. What they're doing is trying to provide another product.
Yes, their whole thing is to be an alternative to WWE.
Right, exactly what Impact was supposed to be, and was for a good chunk of time until it got bloated and out of control. And if Ring of Honor had had a TV deal, like a legitimate TV deal, this whole UPN and My TV thing isn't really a legitimate TV deal.
Or on the Sinclair network, which is just local.
Yeah. Because of that, you know, clearly they are not looked at as any kind of competition, but Vince isn't looking at them and going, okay, I'm going to put them out of business. No, he's just looking at them and going, that's another company that does things. We're the big boy in the world.
Yeah. So, it was funny. It was all just. I definitely recommend going to watch their Hall of Fame speech.
Oh yeah.
Though you might want to fast forward through Sean Waltman's because, God.
He does get a little long-winded sometimes.
He goes long. Triple H actually really has to pull him away, saying, "Okay, you have to be done." You can tell it's like, and you can tell like, even at WrestleMania when they're trying to do their DX pose on the stage when all the Hall of Famers out, Waltman's all the way over the other stage, not paying attention, and they're trying to get him to come over so they can do their pose.
Yeah.
And he really comes to take.
I'm gonna say, I do have to say, another part of this though, it was nice to see Scott Hall and Kevin Nash at WrestleMania.
Yep. No.
And Scott looks healthy.
Oh yeah, he still looks healthy. He still looks good. Him and Nash showed up in a segment on WrestleMania.
Yep.
So.
I mean, I don't see either one of them getting in the ring anytime soon, but it's good to see that they're healthy and still having fun.
Yeah. Well, Waltman did a failed quad joke to Nash. It's like, well, you don't want to stand up? Your knee's killing you? He's like,
oh.
That was I laughed. Cause I got the reference. He's like, that was a quad joke, and that didn't work. He's like, and Triple H is like, yeah, because they don't feel good. He's like, so, but no, overall, it's a great segment. I definitely go watch the DX segment because it's hilarious.
All right. Well, if you the fans out there have been following Twitter and the wrestling news just like we do, you would have noticed that over the last couple of days it seems like Road Dogg was fired / quit / stepped down
eviscerated by Vince McMahon
/ physically fought Vince McMahon, tore his heart out of his chest and has absorbed his powers. None of that is really true, and all of it is true at the exact same time. Road Dogg is not somebody you want to mess with. He will Kali Ma you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because he stepped down because he can't take the position anymore.
He's been lead creative writer on SmackDown, and just the finishing up a script for Monday by Monday, and then seeing Tuesday morning's meeting, the entire thing just torn apart and totally different, kind of becomes frustrating after a while. So I understand being like, guys, I can't be in this position anymore.
But not even just that, is because one thing is the head writer is more of just a title, not really a position anymore, like
right
under the new ones. But he is leading the team because he has a co-writer who heads up the team, but he stays back in Connecticut. So, and to deal with that, he has to constantly Skype into meetings that can go all night long, and he's just tired. And then again, seeing the script they work hard on, and then have Vince say no and just rip it apart.
Yeah.
So he has stepped down from the position. He's not left the company. Let's make that very clear.
No.
But it's actually a possibility he might be picking up Arn Anderson's position, that is now available, since he's left.
Really, in a way, it's more of a sideways step than anything else. He's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing this for the show, but being in the lead. Instead, I'm going to be the guy that I'm the locker room advocate now.
He's not as an advocate, but he as an agent for live shows and all that. And Arn Anderson, I don't think he fully outright ran the house shows, but he was a very important part of that step in there. So he had a lot of responsibility behind the scenes on those. So I think this would be a good job for Road Dogg.
Yeah, I see him helping out with everybody a lot better and being more. I see him being more comfortable in the role that he's going to be in. Because I don't want to see him just quit. I don't like seeing people quit from a job in frustration, because nothing gets solved that way.
Yeah.
Instead, coming to the realization that the position that you're in isn't the position that will work best within the company for you, and being able to slide to another position that you're like, no, I know I'm going to be stronger here, and you need me here. I don't want to leave the company. It's just the position I was in was so frustrating that I'm either going to fail and be fired, or I'm just going to quit in a rage, which no one wants. No one wants that.
No one wants that. It's kind of the same thing with Jason Jordan, because of his neck injury. No one really knows if he's done it in the ring or not. But he's been doing some production transition to an agent role in the back, and he's gotten some really good reviews, raised reviews. And actually, he's being put on the team of the writing team as a consultant. And actually, apparently, has a high amount of influence. He has actually, people are actually looking at his idea. When he speaks, he holds not necessarily power, but he is they're liking him, which is good. Glad that he's able to transition to something else while they figure out what's going to go on with his neck and if he can wrestle anymore.
Right.
But I was thinking about saying this: if Vince McMahon has to rip a script apart every week because he doesn't like what it is, why does the fuck does he hire writers to write something that clearly he's not getting? He should just be the entire writing team.
Remember, this is also a company that they've said that if you make it in the writer's room for more than 2 months, you've done something good.
No.
Because they're like, hey, here's 2 weeks. You won't be here. I'm sorry. Like, this is just how it works. Do not be prepared to come back in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, because there's a thing like Vince McMahon doesn't want to meet writers, new
No.
writers. It was said like he's like
No,
because
because
they transition so much.
yeah, he expects that turnover to be so high. Then again, really think about it. If this was because TV production wise, what we see is a soap opera.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is WWE television is Days of Our Lives. So with them, much like them, you're writing for a couple of characters, and once that story is done, your contract is done.
No, you're not.
Now with WWE, they do it a little differently.
Yeah.
They do it a little differently, where if your idea doesn't get over with the audience, you're fired. You have a bad script and the segment doesn't go well, you're fired.
Not necessarily. You'll get screamed at, you'll get yelled at, but they also, depending on, it all depends on who they think the reason why it didn't go well. Because if they say the script was good, but the agent and the talent didn't pull their part, then they get yelled at. But if they say it's the writing problem, but you won't necessarily get fired right off the bat. It's mostly people they leave because they can't deal with how the turnover, the workload, and how much they get paid, and then having Vince just yell at them because he thinks you're an idiot.
Yeah. It is a heavy workload, and it is not something I would actually wish upon anyone as a writer. If you want to do it, good for you. Get in there, get your money, and get out as fast as possible. That's the way to look at it.
Yeah. Actually, because there was another incident over WrestleMania weekend, I just remembered, involving Michael Cole.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
Pat, I can't remember his last name, but he was on the kickoff show. He was the one wearing the shorts, the tuxedo.
Pat Roberts?
Shorts.
Yeah. No, that's Sam Roberts.
That's not Sam Roberts, but it was Pat something. He only does the kickoff shows, because like he'd usually wear jorts or anything like that on the other kickoff shows.
You're sitting under the table.
Yeah, he was like, no, none of that for this for WrestleMania. So. He went when he got to get his tuxedo. He decided to do the new the shorts tuxedo.
Shorts tuxedo.
Basically, it's a thing in the fashion where you have like the up thing here, but you have like dress like really nice shorts, dress pants.
Okay.
Shorts. So that's what he got. And he was sitting in the back for like 10 hours waiting to rehearse his spot for the pre-show, and no one said anything. Then he goes out to do his rehearsal for the part. When he comes back in the Gorilla, where all the McMahon family is, Michael Cole's on his phone, like panicking, like celebrities. All these people are all back there, and Cole just starts yelling at him, telling like, "I told you no shorts, and he's like, "No, you told me no jorts, and these are tuxedo shorts," and like. Yelling about that, it's like, and eventually he left. He's like, whatever. He's like, he went back to where his bag was, and he grabbed his bag and he told a digital producer, like, tell Vince McMahon Cole can go fuck himself. I'm out of here. He was going to leave. Like he was quitting.
Wow.
Like he's like, no one's gonna yell at me like I'm a child in front of all those people and like that. When he was sitting there for 10 hours and no one said a damn thing to him about his shorts.
Right.
And this is like 50, this is like 40, like it's like 30 minutes before he's to go on live. For the, so the digital producer said like, can you wait right here, please? Like, I mean, I'll go talk to Vince. So he went, and the next thing you know, he comes back in. Cole's following him. Cole apologized, and according to Pat, said it was the most sincere apology he's ever had, because he's like one of those people where if you offend him, you're done. He will not talk to you. Like he holds that.
Wow.
But he felt like Cole was sincerely apologized, like he never ever heard someone did. So obviously, like this, what apparently happened was they talked. The producer went to Vince, talked to him, saying about the situation. They actually pulled a picture of I can't remember what basketball player wearing a similar suit, and Vince said, "Oh yeah, I know about those. I'm hip." Like that. And it was actually
Of course,
Michael
a
Cole
70-something-year-old
got
would
yelled
say
at.
he's hip.
Yeah, Michael Cole basically got yelled at because of the situation, saying, "I'm fine with that. That's cool." So, but like, because of this miscommunication, they almost didn't, and they made the apology like was really quickly because they had to walk because it was a 10-minute walk from where he was to the stage to get mic'd up.
Oh wow!
Like when he walked out on the stage, it was like 30 seconds ago. It was like 30 seconds after he just got his mic put on.
Oh, so he was just like,
Yeah,
and
he was
we're
like,
going. All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
we had to go. I'm sorry about the. We had to go so we can get you mic'd up. It's a 10-minute walk.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, stressful week.
WrestleMania, I look at that for every person involved. It seems like it is a high stress situation because, like any major event, televised event, it is a huge production. There is so much that has to go on to pull this off.
Yep.
Like both on the TV end and the live event end. Like
not even that, but you have access the days before.
Yeah.
Going on. Oh man. So yeah, definitely a stressful situation. They should really go work on their communication skills though.
Yes, just a little bit.
What's next on the news?
Next up on the news is Sasha Banks quitting WWE?
Oh, funny thing about speaking about communication.
Yes.
So so apparently Sasha decided she was gonna quit WWE during WrestleMania showtime.
Yeah.
Because she and Bayley were both under the impression they were going to get a long reign as the tag team champions to really establish it as a credible championship. And then they're told late in the day that they will be losing the belts to the Iconics, which for Sasha thought by losing it to the Iconics, it was going to make these belts and championships look like comedy championships, like, and not be taken serious at all. Mm-hmm. Which up to this point, because we can't take into the match or what happens on SmackDown, she has a point, because since they came to the main roster, we've barely seen them.
Right.
And when we do see them, they're buried, and they don't really get to talk. So I get what her point was of thinking about that because of how they've been booked.
Right.
Though on SmackDown, well, their role in the match, because this match wasn't the best match. It wasn't terrible, but it was not the best match overall. But the Iconics did a really good job. How they won it was awesome. How they celebrated was perfect. And their promo that they had on SmackDown was brilliant. I can hear that. You silence your phone.
That is silenced.
I know.
Well, it's also because my tablet is also on silenced, and it vibrates instead. So it vibrated the microphone for you.
Yeah. But so they did a brilliant promo, and they had a quick match, which was fine, but it was done well. And Wrestle Talk, Luke and Ollie had a great comparison to them. They are literally the female versions of Edge and Christian.
Yes, they are. Yeah, totally.
So, which goes to show you, when you give them a time to shine, and really give them some mic time, and actually let them do their stick, they will win people over. They will get behind them because they're so good at what they're doing.
Right.
And yes, they deserve this. It's the only, and we called it. Like, I said, I want the Iconics to win. I would love the Iconics to win here because that's the only person they can lose the belts to in this match. But they're not going to do that because the Iconics are barely even given TV time.
Right.
That right there should have been a clue in my mind about that. It's like, no, people are going to think twice about them. Oh my God, Vince is going to turn them, put the belts on them. I should have known that.
And Vince puts the belts on them.
But the thing is, they also put the belts on them the right way. They didn't just like beat people and hit their finisher and won it. No, they stole the belts by attacking Beth after she hit the glam slam and got the pinfall and literally stole the pin from Beth Phoenix. That's how they should win it. But this is what was part of the thing that Sasha was pissed off about. And I'm sure the last several years of her booking also probably comes into play.
Yeah, I don't think it helped with her deciding that WWE was really where she wanted to be. That booking has not been good.
Not for her. So it's one of those things where all this is kind of building up, and I think she was just like, you know what, screw this, I'm done. We finally got these belts, we're giving them, and we're tasked to make them feel legit, and then you're going to take them off only after 2 months of being champions.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying this happened with the European, the UK Championship as well.
Yep.
That belt didn't really feel that valuable under Tyler Bates, even though he was a good champion.
Oh yeah.
He's good in the ring. It just didn't really work well until you put it on Pete Dunne, and he made that title relevant without ever being on WWE TV because he was defending it in the indie shows over in England.
Yeah.
So, let's say, at the time he was supposed to be a heel, which makes sense. It's better to put you get the whole, you get a babyface win the tournament type thing, but overall it's better to have the heels be the champion, so when you bring those belts off them, it makes it like a big deal. A babyface had to earn them instead of having to fight a tournament. Yes, they still kind of earned them. It doesn't have the same punch though as having them take them off a babyface.
Right.
I mean, off a heel. So I understand this, but according to what's going on out there is Sasha and her husband are on a vacation in the Bahamas with Kalisto and his wife. They posted a picture on her Instagram, and yes, Kalisto and his wife were wearing their lucha masks in it while in bathing suits. So she's on vacation right now, and basically the situation is where WWE thought it was more the heat of the moment when she did try to quit. So they're giving her some time to think about whether she wants to quit or not. Not that she would be able, they're going to grant her her release, but if she decides she wants to quit, we could have another pack situation on our hands.
Yeah, we could. Also, her Twitter feed has become really interesting as well. Like, she stopped following WWE and Vince McMahon and has now started following AEW and the people that work for AEW. I don't know if she's trying to send a message to Vince or not. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know either. But chances are, if she tries to quit and they won't let her out, she'll just go home, which would be interesting because her husband is a costume designer for WWE.
Yeah, I know.
So, um, hopefully this can be resolved, but I don't blame her for wanting to leave because of her booking has been poor as fuck since she got brought up to the main roster, and this was even during when she got brought up during her main event feud with Bayley over the NXT title, and they still did nothing with her on the main roster until almost a year later when she constantly would win the women's championship on Raw and drop it at the pay-per-view.
Yes. Which,
then,
they, as WWE can tout that they're like, well, we've put you in all these high-profile matches. You were our first tag team champion. You had with NXT. You were the first woman closing. You were in the match for the first women closing an NXT Takeover. You were in the first women's Hell in a Cell. It's like, yes, but due to your 50-50 booking, I should be touted as one of your top, like, constantly top talent.
Yep.
But that's not the way you're, like, I figured out that if you're not specifically in the main event picture, you're not a top talent.
Yep. Now here's the thing. I actually saw a little podcast on YouTube today talking about this thing, and I can't remember his name. If I did, I would take him to task by name.
Yeah.
But he said he actually scolded Sasha for being pissed off that she's not the focus of storylines or anything like that. Like, well, no, the Ronda, Becky, Charlotte thing was taking the focus there, and you can't be the focus all the time, Sasha. This is not what that is. I guarantee it is. She was under the impression of a longer title reign, which makes sense for a new championship.
Right.
We were all thinking of it. It's one of the reasons why I guarantee Vince took it off them to have some surprises at WrestleMania. Second of all, when you have that expectation and then told late in the day that you're not, that's gonna get piss you off, because then they're thinking you're losing it to people who barely get TV time on SmackDown, and then you're like, and then you take all of your booking for the last 3 years. Why wouldn't you be pissed off? Why wouldn't you want to quit? So that guy had the wrong intention, because I think she's more than justified to be pissed off. Does she have to be the focus of major storylines all the time? No. I wish they would stop doing that with Charlotte and give someone else a run.
Yes.
She's had 4 years of major main event level WrestleMania matches since she got called up. How about you give someone else in those matches instead of Charlotte?
Yeah.
It won't happen because she's got to meet her father's record at 16 times so she can then break it.
Yes, but his record took what, 20 years to actually hit?
That's not a problem though, because they can just have her win the title multiple times in a year to get her caught up really quickly.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
Oh, I know.
Instead of allowing it to naturally happen over a longer period of time, they're just like, no, we have to make as many changes as possible every single week, and we're gonna do this, and we gotta do this. It's like a kid with ADHD.
Yeah. It's really like every year she has to hold a title. No. I actually am looking forward to a time where we'll actually get a full year without her even being in the title picture. That won't happen, but
yeah,
not having her win the title for an entire year would be awesome. She should really go about 2-3 years without winning the title, but that won't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where, Sasha, if you decide to leave, more power to you.
We have an idea of where you're going.
I would love to see you over in AEW, because I think you would actually be a great person along with Tennille Dashwood to be on that roster to really help these women who have not been on a platform as large as what they could AEW will be when they're TV. Deal comes through. You can really help them with that.
Which, by the way, I do believe, and I'm not following up on this story at all. So it's pure speculation for me right this second. Do believe that AEW does have a TV deal with TNT TBS starting in October on Tuesday nights.
Nope, you're wrong.
Okay, as I said, it's pure speculation.
No, you're right on the. They are one of the two networks they're down to apparently.
Okay.
Because nothing's been officially signed. Nothing has been signed. The reason why TNT is the one that's being talked about is because it's been mentioned that they're going to be taking AEW to I can't remember what the name of the conference is, where networks go and pitch their shows to advertisers so they can buy advertising time. TNT is taking them, but there's no deal signed that yet. So as official. But also, if it is TNT, it will not be on Tuesday nights because they're TNT has a contract with the NBA for Tuesday nights. So it will have to be either, and there will not be on Monday or Fridays.
No.
Which will be either a Wednesday or a Thursday show. And it will be 2 hours long.
Well,
we know that for a fact.
Yeah. Well, TNT and TBS are owned by the exact same company, Turner. So most likely it'll be TBS then on Tuesday night.
No, because they're actually everything I've been hearing. It is TNT that it's going to be on TNT.
Yes, but AEW definitely wants the Tuesday night slot.
No, from what I understand, they're like this. Like it's kind of like the way everything I've been reading is like they were targeting Tuesday for that reason because it's SmackDown, but apparently the deal that they're offering is like
it's good enough to change.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's also another network out there that we don't know that could be where that Tuesday could still be an option. So we could be hearing a TV announcement very shortly if it is TNT and they sign with them, so they can get that out there and start getting those advertisements.
Yes.
Get advertisement time sold. But we do, like I said, it will be for a 2-hour show. They will not be starting with a 1-hour show. They will be going directly to a 2-hour show.
So I'm probably willing to bet that post Double or Nothing is really when the TV deal is going to be announced.
It's possible, but they were talking about like the conference that they're going to is like a week or two away. So if it's official sign, we might be getting it before then.
Let's see. How many more weeks do we have until Double or Nothing?
We have about a month.
Okay. Actually, it would be awesome if it's at the convention that weekend. Like Friday, they make that announcement.
Okay. It will really depend on what's going on.
Right.
But.
All right. Well. It's time for us to move over to Takeover New York. And
this show was so terrible.
Hopefully Tim doesn't take 50 plus minutes to actually get through this one.
It was such a horrible show. I mean, God.
I don't know what you were watching then. What were you watching?
Oh wait, that was WrestleMania I was thinking about. Never mind.
Yes.
Oh no, WrestleMania wasn't that bad this year, but Takeover always beats it no matter what.
Yes, totally. And once again, Takeover was amazing. I think it's mostly because Takeover, the matches are allowed to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You have a longer time. Like WrestleMania, for me, the matches that stood out the most were the matches that went longer. They gave you more story. It wasn't just a bing, bang, boom, buy the formula, let's get out of here, collect that paycheck, and let's move on. No, it was all of these matches felt like there was heart in them.
The biggest problem with WrestleMania is Triple H always has the longest match of the night.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
His match with Batista did not need 25 minutes. 15 minutes would have been fine.
It would have been fine, but also I kind of think that was Batista's call. Because most of this was him finally being able to go, thank you, fans, I am going out on a high note.
Yeah, but it didn't need 25 minutes. It needed 15.
I know.
To tell that.
I know.
But we'll go when we cover WrestleMania.
All right. Well, right away, let's jump right into NXT Takeover, where we tied with 3 correct and 2 wrong. But the show, let's start the show right away. So I'm going to be really honest, was not 100% paying attention at the beginning of the show because I was playing video games. And I had the show up on my tablet. And
you're fired.
Well, so then I started paying attention to the show. Once the War Raiders and Aleister Black and Ricochet came out, I was like, all right, this is going to be an awesome match. So I've got it going on. And Ronaldo's calling of the match just completely drew me away from the video game. And except for the fact that at the exact same time, his calling of the match actually made me better at the video game. Yeah, so I didn't stop playing. I continued playing the game all the way through the entire NXT Takeover, just up to the Gargano Adam Cole match. That's when I straight up stopped it and was like, no, I have to 100% pay attention to this match. And I still missed things in it.
Just like, Ronaldo makes me even better at the video game.
Like, I just want to have him just calling a match in the background while I'm playing a video game. And I'd be like, all right, I think I'm going to be better than this. And Daly finds this another, Mamma Mia, that was a great call. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
Not just calling a match, he's got to be calling the video game, but giving commentary to your video game.
Oh yeah, even if I started being really bad, I'd be like, "This, I am comfortable with this. This is fun."
Yeah, I noticed how much he says, "Mamma Mia."
He does. It's his JR's by God.
My God.
Like, JR put a by God in a lot of things.
Yeah, he did. But he knew exactly the right spot to put it.
Oh, yeah.
Ronaldo put it in, like, you usually get my God once. If you got it twice in one matchup, you knew you were in for, this was a big match, because he didn't say that. Ronaldo kind of says, he always does a big move.
Oh, yeah.
A big move. So he has a spot that he's just gotta layer it down on how much he says it and really pick that big spot to really say it, because oh my God, at one point I was paying more attention to how many times he was saying Mamma Mia versus what was going on in the ring.
I think the better example to put him to then would be Joey Styles' Oh My God. Because Joey Styles threw that into pretty much everything.
Yeah, he did.
Edge got into the route. Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, like, but don't get me wrong. Ronaldo is an amazing commentator. JR made a lot of the Attitude Era matches feel so much bigger and so more impactful because of his commentary versus what Cole does. But
see, the problem is
Ronaldo does the same thing.
Cole has too much. The main roster has too much of a production value to it now. Like, it used to be that you wanted to get to WWE because they had a higher production rate or a production value than anybody else out there. Now you're going, no, you're going to probably be hindered because of the high production value.
Not necessarily you're going to be hindered because Vince McMahon is in your fucking ear every 5 seconds.
Oh, yes. That's what I mean by hindered. And that's what I mean by the big production value.
So, but no, the Aleister Black and the War Raiders match was great. Oh my god. Did you see the, or at least see the replay of Ricochet doing the 360 and missing?
Yep.
And he hit hard, like I'm just like, oh my god. And you know what he's been using? He's been doing something else as a finisher lately.
Yeah. So it is reported that after WrestleMania, he had. So it seems that he tweaked something at NXT and then retweaked it at WrestleMania. So they were like, oh, he's like, much like Jeff Hardy, where Jeff had to like stop using the Swanton for a little bit and only used it for, TV.
But I mean, he still wrestled on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, which they had a great little babyface moment where him, Aleister Black, and I cannot remember who their tag partner was for the match.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
No.
Oh no, it's Ali. Mustafa Ali.
Ali, that's right, Ali. And they all sit down into Aleister Black's crossed legs.
Yeah.
It's like, yes. Because while I didn't watch SmackDown or Raw live, I did end up watching Luke and Ali's live streaming of SmackDown and Raw. They're actually hilarious when you watch them, like when their reaction. Because on SmackDown, Luke was behind the his laptop the entire time, taking notes for his report, his run through, and Ali had to run the live chat. And he kept saying, "Oh crap, I gotta do that." The live chat. At one point, the way you can do it on YouTube is you can actually pay, like and get your comment highlighted. And most places, like, they'll comment on those.
Right.
I did one. Of course, I didn't know how it worked. So when I tried to type it in, it went and there was nothing there. It just said $5. I'm like, how do I get rid of this? I want to edit this and put it because I didn't type anything.
Oh.
And I couldn't, so I actually restricted it. Eventually, Ali actually said, like, oh, one was retracted, so I don't know what it said. I'm like, crap, that was mine. I was gonna say, Luke, it's nice to see that your sticker on your laptop says "Money is your god," because I cannot tell what it is half the time when your screen cuts it off on the Wrestle Rambles. So.
All right.
But no, so like it was pretty funny, but yeah, so it was a great match. I hope he still uses the 630 because it's a great finisher.
Oh, it is.
He just needs to do a little bit.
Yeah.
Just do it on the big matches.
Yeah, that should be a very much a saved and protected finisher.
Yeah. So that was a great matchup. We knew the War Raiders were going to retain.
Right.
And then they got a standing ovation for the match because they've already said goodbye to Full Sail, so this was their final goodbye. And they deserved it. Yeah, I'm like, and how Black was constantly bowing to everyone, like doing that traditional like martial art bow.
Yep.
And it's like, and Ricochet was kind of doing a similar one. He was seeing. It was really cool.
I'd like to see them stay as a tag team for a while.
I don't. I want them as single stars. Because apparently there are big plans for them on the main roster after the Superstar shakeup.
Oh, okay.
So like Aleister Black is apparently big lines for Raw, and Ricochet is apparently maybe Intercontinental title picture on SmackDown. Like they're planning to actually use these call-ups in a big way.
Oh.
Which is good. What was the next matchup on the card?
The next match was for the UK WWE UK Championship. Pete Dunne versus Walter.
No, it wasn't.
No, Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was not.
This was the sleeper match of the night.
As we called it.
Oh God. It's not like this match will go down. Once again, Velveteen Dream is going to be the guy that everyone will always talk about. But he will be the one that you're like, well, yes, he was champion, but he wasn't the face of the company. Well, he carried the company, but he was never the face of the company. Like,
he's basically gonna be the Triple H.
The Triple H, the Macho Man Randy Savage,
He's literally gonna be the backbone of the company.
Yeah.
Because this match was so brilliant done because you knew they had to keep the NXT North American Championship seeming valuable and prestigious, so it doesn't get hurt. They couldn't have to do another quick title change.
Nope.
They needed to have Dream retain. So we're all thinking of ways of how can we keep the belt on like a disqualification, but they don't do that in NXT.
No, they don't.
On takeovers. If you do that, you cherish that. When you do it at the right moment, at the right time, and while fans will still boo it down there. When you go back and look at it, you'll be like, okay, this makes sense.
It makes sense now why he did that. Oh, okay.
It'll make sense, and it won't take away from the match. Whereas when they do it on the main roster, it's just like, yeah, this is crap. It doesn't make sense. But so they had to come a way to make Matt Riddle look strong. And boy, did he.
Yeah.
And he just went to town on Velveteen Dream. One of the best moves that Riddle did was playing up his MMA fighting style. Is he gets him in an ankle lock, and then Dream flips over and tries to kick him. So Riddle just takes that leg and put that one into an ankle lock.
Yeah.
It's just this constant of Riddle destroying Dream, basically kind of showing, almost like burying Dream in a sense,
right?
But not, because Triple H knows how to put a match together and make someone look strong, because and it's all the way Dream sells.
Yes,
it's like he's not getting hurt by this. It's and then we get the whole Velveteen Dream get up, do his like basically every single old time big move from like Hogan to Macho Man. And all that, but then Riddle just comes back again, and it's only by when he locks in the Bro Mission, Dream on a last-ditch effort rolls back and happens to get the pin.
Yes.
And you can just see Riddle like what, and he slowly starts to calm down, and he does the bro fist.
Yep.
And Velveteen Dream's like about to walk away and turns around and he's like, bam! And he's like, yeah! But we call this every time.
Oh, yeah.
That Velveteen Dream always has a sleeper hit because there's always a matchup on the card that you just like, this is going to be the match of the night, but Velveteen Dream's going to have the sleeper hit.
Oh, yeah.
And also, this actually worked out well for Riddle because after his Cassius Ohno feud, he needed to show that he can go hard and for long and really like put a match on. And this did exactly that.
Yep. A 17-minute match. The next one on here was
the UK Championship.
Walter defeating Pete Dunne. All I gotta say is, holy crap! This match was amazing.
I don't know what you're talking about. This was like a Baron Corbin match.
Clearly, you haven't been paying attention to UK wrestling, you peasant.
No, I haven't, because it's UK. No one cares.
Well, I mean, for me, the fact that I just like to watch as much, like, wrestling as I possibly I like to catch things from different places.
Well, no, basically Wrestle Talk once again.
That's where you get most of your information from. It's okay. I understand. I'm a cultaholic, and what culture?
I have other sources. I have other sources, but they hit it because they're in the UK. They know this. They put it this way, and when I told you earlier, before we recorded, you said yes, absolutely. They put it as that was a progress match on a WWE platform.
Yeah,
and that's why WWE fans were either loving it or hated it.
Yeah,
because there was no WWE-ish version. It was directly from a Progress ring, but in a WWE ring, which makes sense because I've never seen any of their style. And when I was watching it, I was expecting a little something more, something different from what I've seen on the UK NXT. And I didn't get that, but it's still, I can tell you, that's still a great match.
It was brutal. 25 minutes, first of all. Almost 26 minutes long. It was Pete Dunne coming back over and over again and just refusing to quit, which is everything that his character is. Just refusing to quit, just arrogant.
Trying to get the fingers and the joint manipulation, but never really being able to seem to get it.
Yep. And when he does, Walter still just looks at him like, okay, I have another hand that I can hit you with.
And then he grabs that hand and does it to that. And that's when you actually kind of see in Walter's face like, oh, okay.
Oh, I could lose this. He actually could stop me.
It doesn't stop him from like being fearful or anything. No, he keeps fighting and everything. But another good exchange was the whole Pete Dunne trying to chop Walter, and Walter basically going like, no, whack, and Dunne just dropping to his knees.
Yeah, Walter's chops have the power of like Andre the Giant. Well, okay, within wrestling culture.
Yeah,
Walter's chops have the power of Andre the Giant and the Big Show combined. So yes, they're supposed to kill you. Like the only thing more powerful than Walter's chop in the world of wrestling is a Samoan's head.
Yeah,
like that's how it works.
We all know there's nothing more powerful than a Samoan's head.
No, those guys can headbutt anything, and it's like they will knock people out with a headbutt.
But yes, it was a good matchup. I mean, I was like I said, I was looking for something more. But the people were saying this was like a Baron Corbin match with tons of rest holds.
No, this is what UK wrestling is. It's like having a New Japan match. I'm willing to bet if you truly put a New Japan match in a WWE ring at a WWE show, WWE fans would hate it. Because it is full of rest holds and joint manipulation and controlling the crowd.
Yep. But also, if you give them the brutality of New Japan in the match, the fans would be like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Right. I mean, you'll still have a number of WWE fans that are like, well, why did it take 40 minutes for them to do that? They could have done it in 15.
Because WWE's told you in only 15 minutes is the match should be, because Vince doesn't think it can go longer than that, when these guys really show you their endurance in it. But no, it was definitely good. People were saying this was the match of the night. I would disagree with it just because I was thinking more. It was definitely one of the better top matches of the night.
I mean, there's
Because
5
I have a better-
matches. Even the lowest match is still going to be a very good match, which
It's
actually,
going to be a better match than what the main event, the most matches on WrestleMania are going to be.
yeah. Now getting on to actually, in my opinion, the weakest match of the night. Once again, this match, if you
Not a
compare it
bad
to WrestleMania, is a great match.
Yeah, it was
It's
so good.
but
It
out of
it
5
could have been
matches,
a little bit
it's
better.
kind of the weakest for me.
Yeah, it could have been better. There were a few botches in there, but overall, it was still an overall good match. Surprisingly, Shayna Baszler actually retained her title.
Yeah.
I would rather have her retain than have Bianca Belair win the title.
Even though I do
though-
see Bianca being groomed to be the next to take the position.
No, I don't think she is, because now she's been choked out in one match and she's now tapped in another. She needs some time to be rebuilt because she's just not there. It's kind of like what they did with Ember Moon. She just needs some time. She will be a future NXT Women's Champion, I believe. She's not going to be I don't believe she's going to be the one who will take the belt.
Okay.
They mentioned possibly Dakota Kai in Wrestle Talk, which I think.
I like that idea.
If she didn't injure her knee, she would have been the one in the matchup at Takeover and would have won the belt.
Probably.
Depending on how long she's going to be out for because of her knee, will determine that. But the other person who could fit into that realm really well, just as good, is Candice LeRae.
Yes. Candice LeRae.
But there's been talks of bringing her up to the main roster because she did the Women's Battle Royal.
Yes.
And the Women's Rumble. And by the way, just a side note, Sean Waltman made a great plea for the name of this Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal to be changed to the China Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes. I do like it. Even though she has her own controversy that actually maybe wouldn't make it a very good one to have.
No, it's not. It's nothing like what Muda was.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
No.
It is its own
not-
type of controversy.
It's its own type of controversy, but it's one of those things where it's more of a tragic thing, and you can use that as a way to honor who she was, and not at the end.
Oh, dude, I'm talking about the porn.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I don't think that's a big deal to me, honestly.
There are people out there that have an issue with it.
Oh, I know there are because they're idiots.
Exactly.
But anyway, so there's talk about she may be going to the main roster in the shakeup, which I'm okay with. Because she hasn't. I just a little disappointed we didn't really get to see her do much in NXT. But if they're gonna call her up and actually really give her a run in the main roster, I'm fine with it. I just don't want her to be called up and then do nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But overall, this matchup was pretty good, and the best part about it was Shayna did it on her own. She didn't need her backup to win this.
No, she didn't.
So that was really cool. Though I still hope that Io Shirai will stay in NXT with Kairi Sane probably going to the main roster.
Yep.
But because I want her to win the Women's NXT Championship, because that girl can fly.
Yes, she does. I do want to see the Sky Pirates hold the women's tag team championships, though.
Oh, so do I. Absolutely. Definitely for there. But anyway, the next matchup and the main event of the night, and my personal match of the night.
It's the greatest match of the night.
The vacant NXT Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls between Adam Cole and Johnny Gangaro. And holy shit.
Yes.
Now, I know a lot of people were kind of commenting that the crowd didn't pay attention to this until the final fall, which is kind of true. But let's put it this way. It's NXT. You've had 4 great matchups, and to be honest, A lot of the reason why they weren't really into the women's matchup was because they were still recovering from the Walter Pete Dunne match.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I still think that was kind of being felt here.
But no, they were into this match.
They were into this match.
Oh yeah, by the end they were definitely into it. But like Ali and Luke were basically saying like they weren't taking investment in the first 2 falls.
No,
they
weren't.
No, they weren't.
I kind of disagree. I was definitely invested in them because I wanted to see how they were going to play off. How is this story going to be told?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a one? Johnny gets the first one, then he loses the second one, and then wins the third? Or is it going to be an Adam Cole one and then a straight after that? Because we knew we were getting 3 falls. There's no way in hell they were going to just do 2.
Yeah, of course.
I like it when they do 2 falls, but just 2 falls. But you have to do it right.
Right.
And this was not the match to do it, though. It would have made it more interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was overall the match was just phenomenal.
Yes.
And in that match fall, I think the reason why it seemed like people weren't fully into this matchup until the final fall was because at that point they hadn't gone to that extra level.
No.
That takeover level that Johnny Gargano is known for when he's in his matches, where you have it's a match. Okay, this is a decent match. This is a good match. This is a really good match. But then you have they kick into that gear where it's like, oh my god, this is the match.
This is a takeover match.
This is a Johnny Gargano takeover match where he kicks. We've done the typical thing of the normal moves, the moves they don't normally do on NXT. Or a normal match. Okay, we're getting some there. But then all of a sudden they start pointing out all these other stops, and you're just like, okay, who the fuck is winning this?
Exactly. When it came down to because we knew someone was going to win the first pinfall early. And I do like the fact that it was. Oh wow! If I remember correctly, because right now I didn't review that. It was Adam Cole that got the first.
Yes.
And you saw the shock on Johnny, being like, "Wow, he got me."
Yep.
And then from there on, the storytelling came about that Johnny just put his head down and went, "No, I am winning this." And now it's at this point, your only job here, Adam, is to last as long as you possibly can. I've won this. The moment you pinned me, and I realized what you did, I won this match.
Interesting note. When I was watching the kickoff show, and they showed the little trailer for the match that built up to it, and the stuff I was hearing talking was like, yep, Johnny's winning. I knew before the match even started, because the way they pitched the story in there made you think anyone could win. The commentary they were talking about, I can't remember exactly what line it was that was said by Mauro, that I'm like, nope, he's winning. I didn't have to see anything else. I just knew he was walking out.
Oh yeah.
The same thing happened when I was watching G1 Supercard, and I'm just like halfway through it wasn't during the show. It was during the match for the ladder match for the Ring of Honor.
Yep.
I was watching the match and I was like, okay, Marty Scurll is not winning the match. It's either gonna be a retain or we're getting Taven to win. And as soon as Taven pulls out the purple ladder, Taven's winning.
Yep.
And I was just like, not the right time, people. Not the right time.
It's their call to make.
No, it's not. It's my call to make. Anyway.
Yeah.
But back to the takeover match. It just was amazing, especially when Johnny started to get the Johnny escape again.
Yep.
And Undisputed Era comes out, attacks him, rakes the eyes, hit him like with the high-low. He kicks out. Then he fires back, and he actually takes out Undisputed Era on the outside, throws Cole back in, and then gets hit immediately by these moves, and then goes to the pin, and Johnny rolls him back up into the Gargano escape, and tap out.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing even the announcement points, you could kind of point this out a little bit. At the beginning of this match, that audience wanted Adam Cole to win the belt.
They were fully behind Adam Cole on this one.
There were people there who were behind Johnny, but they were all about Adam Cole. And this goes to show you just how great of a babyface Johnny Gargano is.
Yeah.
When he turned that entire crowd around by the end, and like when he hit that pop hit, and he's just like this, they were jumping out of their feet.
Everyone was freaking out. I even here now. I would be sitting in the office watching it on my tablet, which is 10 inches. Even though I should have been watching it on my TV, but whatever.
Yeah, you should have.
I jumped up and started clapping. I tweeted immediately. I was like, I took a picture of it. I was like, Johnny, you deserve this. I'm like, congratulations. I was like, that. At the end of that match, I was like, yeah, that's 2 years of storyline that has just paid off finally.
Yep, it was because when we thought Tommaso was going to lose, was out, it didn't necessarily matter for him to win the belt. I thought he still needed to win the belt just because to fulfill. And the story actually became it wasn't just about. They did a great job of twisting that story because they had enough time to do this.
Yep.
And commentary and all that to get the focus off. Not only does Johnny Gargano need to win the NXT Championship, but also to defeat his former best friend. To know it's after everything he's gone through in NXT, going to the dark side to try to find that, and realizing it was the wrong move.
Right.
He has gone through so much. He has to have this prize to legitimize and validate. Even though he went to that dark place and he learned the valuable lesson that he doesn't need to go there.
Yeah.
He is stronger without going there, and only by capturing the NXT title proves that.
Right.
And it's just yep. So it still felt it would have been better if it was Tommaso Ciampa he defeated, but it was still a great thing. And then we got Tommaso Ciampa. Hold on, before we get there. The best part about it was Candice LeRae ran out to be with him.
Immediately ran right out. Was just like, come on, honey.
Which is funny because the other day, I think it was earlier that day or it was on Friday, I was watching a clip on WWE PC.
Yep.
On the Performance Channel, YouTube channel, and they were talking about WrestleMania and what it meant. Their all-time favorite moment was WrestleMania 7 when the reuniting of Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
And Candice even said, if you win the NXT title on this Friday, will you care? Can I come out? Will you care? Lift me up on your shoulder like that? And when she went down, I'm like, yes. I was we didn't get that moment, but still, it's they're having that moment. They're having their Macho Man type Randy Savage moment in the ring after he won the NXT Championship. And then we get the payoff with his parents being there.
Yeah.
And saying how his dad wasn't able to be in the arena some of the matches because he was sick. Mm-hmm. So we had that payoff. That was really cool. And then going up there and we're seeing the little logo pull up. It's okay, we know this is done. And then we see Tommaso Ciampa with the neck brace come out and get the hug.
It's really, I have a feeling that the story, if it had been Ciampa versus Gargano, I think the story would have still been Gargano winning. But at the end,
we would have still gotten that moment.
Yeah, Ciampa would have gotten up, shaken his hand, held. They would have been like, no, we're best friends again. We went down a dark path, and this is what happened. And we got back to this point. But we're here.
They basically beat the shit out of each other to get their issues out, and now they're friends again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was such a lovely moment, especially because I actually watched another video on the Performance Center's um, channel
Yeah.
about Tommaso going to have his surgery.
Yes.
Yes.
And his wife was there, his baby daughter there, and you actually learn about the trouble they went through to have kids.
Oh wow.
And they had vitro fertilization and whatever that word is, I can't say it right now.
Yeah.
And she actually got pregnant, like and then had a miscarriage.
Oh.
And at one point, and this was right before he gets signed to NXT.
Oh.
And then they just bought a house in Chicago, so he moves to Orlando with Johnny and Candice because they were friends, live with each other because his wife stays up there for work and all that. And when they finally get the whole pregnant thing, like they had like these little cookies made up and all that they spent a lot of time to announce. And then they were at a restaurant and she had the miscarriage there.
Oh.
So like it was like a bad thing. And right around the time he got injured at Takeover, when he turned on Johnny.
Yep.
And he knew he was going to be out, like they were down to their final 2 eggs. And it caught.
Good.
So it was just like while he was home, like it was soon after, like it was like right around that time, like so he got to be home and be around for the birth of his daughter.
Nice.
Nice. It was home there, like it was like it's one of those things like so it was like one of those things where it was like there, and you got to see a very much softer side of Tommaso. So when you see him come out after watching that and you see that moment, you just kind of, that's just like, you just see this element like, okay, they're showing this because they're gonna, when he does return, they're gonna actually have him be a little bit different character, but you actually got to capitalize it on NXT.
Yeah.
And you really get that moment of okay, we're friends. DIY can do it, can come back at some point.
Yep.
And which is cool because they'll be a great addition to the tag team division if they ever actually allow the tag teams to do their shit. But okay, I don't have to ask you 2 quick questions.
What?
Because we're running out of time. How long will Johnny Gangaro hold the NXT championship?
I feel that he's going to get through at least one more takeover.
Yeah, I think so too.
At least.
I don't think he needs. I don't think he really needs a long run.
Nope.
Nope.
Because and a lot of people have been pointing this out. I've been listening to several different channels on YouTube saying it works more about the chase for him,
right,
than actually being the champion. So which was the same issue with Bryan when he won the belt. It was better for him to be chasing the belt than when he actually wins it because on there. But until he turned heel, and now he actually can have a lengthy title reign because he's a heel, and it fits for him to be holding the championship for a while,
right?
Versus chasing. Right. So it'll be interesting to see how long it goes. But okay, now Adam, out of all the matches, give me your star rating for each one.
Gargano, yeah. Gargano Cole, I am giving a 4 3/4 star rating. Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle is 4 5/8.
Wow.
Pete Dunne and Walter is actually getting a straight 4.
Okay.
War Raiders and Aleister Aleister Black, Ricochet. That one is actually getting 3 9/10.
Okay.
And then the ladies' match actually scores the lowest at 3 3/4. Not because of anything wrong with them. I think it's for me it was mostly the fact that they got more could have been told, but at the same time, not everyone in the ring is really up to the level right now. There were a little bit more botches than I wanted.
Oh yeah.
But still a solid match.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go to the bottom and work our way up. So War Raiders versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. I'm giving that 4 1/4 stars.
4 1/4.
Yep. Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. I'm giving a solid 4 3/4.
Ooh.
Like I said, it is a sleeper hit. Walter versus Pete Dunne. I'm going to give him a solid 4.5.
Nice.
The women, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give them 3 3/4.
Like they're a little bit more of an element. You definitely had a 4-star match there.
Yeah. All the components there were for all the components were there for a 4-star and higher match. It just didn't go. I think they needed a little bit more time, and it did hurt the fact that the crowd was so drained from the Walter Pete Dunne match.
Yes.
And it always seems that lately the women get put on in a spot right behind a really great match where they're drained for that women's match, which really sucks.
Right.
So they needed to rethink where they put that match so that they're not constantly the crowd's constantly drained for their. Okay, and in the main event, I'm giving it a solid 5 stars.
Nice.
To me, it was like that. Just the emotional route and the way they did it. Because I was half expecting for some friend. Because they were talking about Adam Cole has friends and Johnny Gargano doesn't. You burned all your bridges. I was half expecting to show that there's some people in the back to come out and help with Undisputed Era, and he did it on his own, which some people said he basically buried the Undisputed Era.
Not really.
No. It didn't. It just kind of showed you that they weren't expecting this from Johnny Gargano and how fired up he is. So
I mean, this has happened in every. You have. Let's just say back in the day, Triple H versus somebody big during the Attitude Era. DX runs in, we're talking the New Age Outlaws, run in, or all of DX runs in, and Austin takes them out. You didn't bury DX.
Nope.
You just went, no, Austin's just that fired up, and nothing's going to stop him right now.
Yep. So... But it's because of that element and many other things that were going on in the matchup, and there's a commentary and there's a story being told. Yeah. It was just like, and I knew, like I said, before the takeover even started that Johnny Gargano was going to win the title. And I think there was a spot in there that made me doubt it for just a second, but which adds to it. I'm giving it 5 stars. It was a 5-star matchup to me.
Nice.
It was amazing. It was just like. And also the fact that he won over the crowd.
Right.
He pulled a Rocky Balboa in that. So, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section what you thought of NXT TakeOver. Give us your star ratings down there. But on your way down there, be sure to give us a thumbs up. We've been talking for over an hour and a half now, and I know listening to Adam can be a very hard thing to do. Try looking at his face as well, and that will make it even harder. Anyway, after giving us a thumbs up, go ahead and click the subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding, ding.
And I can't remember what the tagline is.
And,
get bent.
Yeah, get bent? Yeah, still we're... I don't know. One day we might actually have a. The funny part is, it would be great if "Get Bent" became our actual catchphrase. Like, join that notification squad and get bent.
That's what I wanted to be. Like, I literally totally forgot what it was.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Remember.
Then I remembered and I gotta remember it's get bent.
I mean, we could also go right back to an old favorite of mine, and that's the burning bush.
Wrong show, bro. Wrong podcast, bro.
Oh, okay. Anyway, bye.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope you like listening to my amazing voice. Be sure to comment down below, and we'll talk to you later.